Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
Oh,
See what I'm
shit.
saying?
It's the whole day.
I get it, brother.
And sometimes fourth meal, depending.
Sometimes we do a fourth
When we
meal.
get that Taco Bell sponsorship, we're going to bring back the fourth meal. You guys didn't think it would happen, but because DJ Enuff is the greatest person in the world, he came back literally a week later to sit with us again.
Part two.
Part two is
Also,
happening.
it's making me question your decision-making process.
Right.
Because after the first time, I don't know why you came back.
No, the best part about that is E was early the first time.
Yeah.
And we weren't ready for dick because it was the first day.
First time we ever used this.
First time we've ever used a studio. And my guess is within 2 months, it won't even look like this studio anymore. But we're working on it.
Yeah.
Comes back for week 2. He's early again. He's that professional. Although it was more in order this time. This was faster than last time.
100%.
Last time we were practically building the studio.
Yeah.
It actually already looks a little more professional setup-wise than it did last
Well,
time.
Why don't you give credit to who did it?
Oh, you mean Miss Hatton?
Of course.
Thanks, Natalie.
Of course.
Natalie's helping
you
us.
put the
And
camera-
Billy June.
Poor Billy. Boy, Billy's like, where's my credit?
Yeah, you too, Billy
Billy,
June.
put the camera under the table and show how I cleaned up the wire.
Cipha and wires.
It's going to be way better, trust.
No, Cipha cares a lot
I got
about
zip
wires.
ties in the bag.
What, are you planning a kidnapping?
I got zip ties. It's going to look nice.
Enough. The feedback was amazing. I hope you saw some of it too. But people are loving the part 1, and so we're thrilled to have you back for part 2.
I'm excited to be here, guys. Let's do it.
One thing that someone pointed out actually,
Fan?
a listener, a friend,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
an Epper. A Juan Epper said in the Discord, so they're a patron actually, our most special listeners. Because if you go to patreon.com/JuanEppersLife, you become a patron, you can communicate with us during the Discord.
Directly, yeah.
So anyways, someone pointed out though, don't forget that when Enuff did the Get Money remix
With Jiv.
with Jiv,
Gotta make sure Jiv gets his credit.
No, you guys co-produced it.
100%.
So you and Jiv produced that. That sample ended up being what Tupac used for Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah, it broke my heart.
Yeah, that must have been a crazy feeling.
I didn't forget that. I just didn't connect it.
Yeah.
You know how that felt? We were on the road, and we were literally in Texas.
Yeah.
We were doing a show with the Ghetto Boys, or maybe it was Ice Cube and Mr. Scarface. Anyway, one of the Texas groups.
Yeah.
And after we finish our show, we're leaving the arena, and everyone's bumping Hit 'Em Up. That's the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
Remember, there's no Spotify.
I know.
Again,
There's YouTube.
That's it.
The street was YouTube.
There's like 64 Chevy Impalas convertibles with banging sound systems
Playing
and
Hit 'Em
Candy
Up.
Pate playing Hit 'Em Up.
Wow.
Outside the arena. And it's like, oh shit. This is crazy.
Can you, honestly, listen? Do you listen to Hit 'Em Up? Do you play Hit 'Em Up out?
I never in my life played Hit 'Em Up one time.
Really?
Not one time.
I was going to say,
I kept the loyalty to my guy even after he died.
You can never play Hit 'Em Up, even in Jersey.
Nah, never.
Because Jersey loves Pac, like
100%.
to a different level.
And you'll play the other Pac
You'll play
hits.
other Pac songs.
100%. I got my favorite Pac song.
Any other Pac diss songs?
No, just the one Hit 'Em Up is not happening.
It's not happening.
You'll play other songs though where they might be a mention.
Yeah, but the Hit 'Em Up was too much.
Just Hit 'Em Up.
I got to
with a
tell
lot.
you, Cipha, this may sound incredibly nerdy.
Yeah.
As someone who never even met Biggie, I've never played it.
I've played it.
I love you for that.
I've never played it. It's too much.
But
It's too far.
You know what's funny? I never played it until I saw Doo-Wop play it.
Oh, don't blame Doo-Wop. Why don't you?
I've noticed you have a lot of doo-wop.
I love Doo-Wop, bro.
I know, I get it.
He's
love
one
him
of my
too.
favorite DJs.
Yeah.
A lot of my style is, I'm not gonna say based on him, but inspired by him. But he played Hit 'Em Up in Speed, but he was like, I gotta play this, but also he talked his shit over it, and then he would play Who Shot You right after.
Okay.
God, okay.
Which
Understood.
also I don't love that street mentality either, because that begets violence, but I saw his theatrics of the way he did it, because it is a big record in the clubs. But
Yeah, I just felt weird. It's the way it's like, even right now, I was about to play it when we were talking about it, and I'm like, I don't want to play that in front of Enuff.
Yeah,
That feels
no,
like disrespect. Like it just, even the way he started, I was
call.
always, it was
Good
too
call.
much. Thank
Good
you,
call.
thank you.
I asked Faith.
What?
I'm part of a project that might be coming on the television soon.
You mean A&E? We already talked about it.
But now it's getting closer, so now I can't.
Now they don't want to talk about it.
A&E asked me to take down the Pete Nice interview.
They did?
Yeah, because
They want it for TV.
No, because we shot it
In
when
the
we
same
were shooting, and we mentioned that, and they were like, "You need to take that down." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll tell my producer to take it." I didn't take it down, but
I appreciate you.
But anyway, but yeah, I asked Faith about that, and she was like, "That shit was funny."
What?
That part, like not what happened.
What, Faith had twins?
No, that's why I fucked your wife.
Oh, she laughed
like,
at it.
She was like, "He's wilding."
That was one of the craziest.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was, but I don't know what I was more offended by, as a heavyset person myself, the you fat motherfucker part, or that's why I fucked your wife. Both bothered me. Both would really bother me.
So like you and Jiv produced Get Money Remix. So that means it was so popping. Mm-hmm. They were like, "Yo, get him on his own shit."
That was the point,
because that record was so on fire, and whatever Pac was listening to, like, rhyme on that.
Did you ever hear Biggie talk about Hit 'Em Up?
No, never.
So I want, because he was always. Here's the one thing I want to ask you: How was Biggie always so sort of lighthearted? He really, to me, always seemed to want to play it down. Like, even when he said if Faith had twins, she'd probably have two Pacs.
Get it?
Get it, two Pac. He's taking a really serious thing that someone said that most people really would go crazy over. And he's kind of just like flipping it on its head and making it. Was that his nature?
That was kind of him. Yeah, 100%. You know, you got to remember, Biggie came from a rough side of town, and it's either we pulling guns out or I'm gonna just laugh this off. Look what Faith did. Faith did the same thing. She laughed it off. But sometimes you get to a certain point. What are you gonna do but laugh it off?
I remember I was talking to Nori once.
What could you do?
I was talking to Nori once. And he goes, "Why is every hood movie about all the bad shit in the hood?" He goes, "We had mad fun in the hood.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
were laughing all the time with all your friends outside."
That's true.
They only show like crack dealers are always so sick. Okay. When I was doing improv comedy, and it was like it's a very white art form, right? White college kids do it. And I was like, when I started taking classes, I was like, they're just doing what drug dealers on the corner do all day long. Make up voices, roast each other, laughing, doing little scenes and shit like, "Yo, he had that girl like this."
Right.
And I was like, they don't even know, like Biggie said, either you sell crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot.
That's right.
Or you do improv comedy.
I didn't know that. But you added that line?
I added that.
Because Biggie definitely didn't say that.
No, but
He did not mention the improv comedy.
But that's what I'm saying. When you're in the hood, you laugh shit off like that.
Well, do you remember one of the most, I think one of the better one-eps of all time, the late, great Prodigy told us that he straight laughed off the ballerina, the entire Jay-Z. He wasn't joking. He really openly laughed in front of us. He was like, that shit was funny. He was like, He was like, "Hey, my grandmother made a lot of money. That was her business.
His grandmother was famous.
She was like, he was like, but the picture's funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's not funny.
Yeah.
All right.
that clip, Billy. But real quick, I just want to touch on what you were just saying. I don't know if anyone knows this. I used to DJ for Lil' Kim.
Oh my goodness.
So how I was introduced to Tupac and Machiavelli was through Lil C's. They would bump when the Machiavelli came out. I'm like, he's dissing you in this song. He's like, "Yeah, but the music fire though." And then we go do a show in Florida on a native reservation, the Seminoles, right? And the show was 2 days later, but we had to go early because Kim was coming from somewhere else. So we're in a janky motel on the reservation or some shit.
Okay.
And people knew we were there, and they were driving pickup trucks, circling the hotel, bumping the new Machiavelli album, and just circling. And I was like, "Yo, what's good?" And they're like,
people love that.
Yeah, they like, they always do that. They always do that. They always like play Tupac around us, try to like. It was crazy.
But you know what? That makes sense. People would do that. That's like trolling.
It's literally live trolling.
That's live trolling. You said it.
Live trolling.
You said it, my brother.
All right. So we left off after Biggie's passing and getting into the late 90s. But one part that I guess is right around that time. You tell me the timeline that we hinted to, that we have to get to, is the formation of the pit bulls, and then what then led to the creation of the heavy hitters. Cipha, don't tighten up. Cipha, don't get tight. Don't let your pit bull energy get weird.
I should have brought my 5X leather jacket, a pit bull leather jacket.
I mean, it was a thing. Flex was starting his new crew. I mean, because we talked about it briefly, and I started one by one hearing new members getting down with the Big Dog Pit Bulls.
Okay, and this was coming out of the Flip Squad. Like, so Flip Squad's done at this point? Like,
Flip Squad's done at this point. You know, we just dropped the album, and then after the album was done. I remember that specifically because I know I left the
Flip
crew.
Squad album.
Yeah, remember the Flip Squad All Star?
I forgot about
Flip
that.
Squad album.
We put an album.
Forgot about that. What was the big single?
There was no big single.
What was the attempt at a big single?
It was Mark Ronson, I think.
Maybe.
Mark Ronson was in the Flip Squad for a
he was on
minute.
there.
No, he said that last week.
We said Mark Ronson, yeah.
You know who we forgot about mentioning?
Who?
Oh,
We
no.
forgot Mr. C. In the first part, we did not mention Mr. C as part of the Flip Squad DJ.
Well, I got to tell you something. You two
I apologize.
are
I
horrible.
apologize, Mr. C.
I don't even remember C being in the Flip
Mr.
Squad.
Are you kidding me? He's on the album, everything. He was with us, bro.
I always picture C as in coming into the Pit Bulls.
Yeah, but
I forgot he was with us.
He was a Flip Squad DJ too.
Um,
There we go. Funk Flex.
Was this on the album?
yeah, that was way before.
This is a couple years before. But it's the
That's
beginning
Nervous.
of. This is Nervous, but it was Flip Squad. It was Funkmaster Flex presents the Flip Squad.
That was his early.
It said Flip Squad on there?
I believe it. Yeah.
No, that they might have took that record and licensed it and put it on there. That was the original record. Didn't say Flip Squad. The Nervous records.
Yeah,
I don't think it said Flip Squad.
I think it did. I had it.
Pull it up.
I don't remember
We
that.
got the Googles.
So what was on the Flip Squad album?
Trash. Oh, but that's where I met True Life, because True Life was down with Mark Ronson, the ghetto ghetto inmates.
Ghetto inmates. You just-
Ghetto inmate.
We could call Mark right now. You know what he'd say?
True Life.
He'd be like, "Well, you know, when we did that Flip Squad album."
It was the beginning of me getting some equipment, you know.
Yo,
I did the real version, which
Yeah,
is there's a
I
touch
did
of it.
full-
I like that you went.
Well, it depends where he is. When
It's
he's
me,
here,
Mark Ronson, yeah? I'm here with me mates, DJ Enuff and Cipha Sounds, yeah?
Yo, Mark, sidebar.
Says Flip Squad?
It says Flip Squad?
Yes. That's
I
there.
apologize.
Hack.
Yo, sidebar. Mark Ronson's series about sound, like the studios and how the sound. Oh my god, I think it's on. Is it on Apple? Yeah. Or Amazon? Apple, right? Oh my god, phenomenal, bro.
Really? Yo, yeah.
Like
I watched
the nerd
I watched
shit.
I watched
Check that
the.
out.
I watched like 2 episodes. It's pretty
Gotta
great.
watch it. He
Gotta
talks
check
about
that out.
Premiere and fucking.
I watched the premiere one. It was fire.
Anyway, I'm
okay.
sorry.
So Flip Squad ends. Flex starts.
I'm trying to
this-
avoid this conversation.
I know exactly. Flex starts the Pit Bulls, and you start hearing one name. He's Cipha Sound's going to be in there.
I made up the names.
You came up with a name.
Cypher's already on.
I invented Big Dog Pitbulls.
I think Riz is on, right?
No.
No, he didn't make
Riz,
it.
No. Because
I forgot who the original Big Dog Pitbull.
me, Big Cat.
Right.
You guys are 1 and 2, the first 2 draft picks.
Probably.
Oh, I was third on the call sheet, baby.
Okay.
Funkmaster Flex. Listen to Annie Up album version.
Yeah.
Funkmaster Flex,
You're on
Big
there.
Cat,
Cipha Sounds. Yeah.
I'm third roster. I mean
Yeah.
third. What's that in basketball? I'm the point guard. Where am I?
Whatever you are.
You're the small
there.
forward.
So that happens, and then one day at the station, I approach Flex. I'm like, "Yo, what's happening with this Big Dog Pitbulls? I'm waiting for my invitation." Then he's like, "Well, I don't know enough, to be honest with you." And then he's like, the Flip Squad thing was more of a Jessica thing, and I needed something to be my thing, like my guys, my whatever. So I was like, all right. You know how bummed I was, bro?
I can tell by your face
was-
right now that you are very bummed.
I was so
Nah, it
fucking
couldn't be,
bummed.
though.
Yo, I was bummed, bro.
But how could you have done it? You
What do you
couldn't
mean?
have done it.
Why?
You're gonna be what? Number 2? Number 3?
I don't know. I was just.
Oh, you mean he was too big?
I was just.
You were too big.
Yeah, but I didn't see that. Remember?
Right.
At the time, but
You saw it, but I didn't see that. I'm just happy to be down with you guys on the radio.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not
Okay.
part of the cool kids.
That's so.
I
lunch
remember-
program. I can't have ham and cheese sandwiches with you guys.
We're skipping over a part because the reason why Flip Squad disbanded is because Flip Squad was all managed by Jessica, and when Flex and Jessica had a split,
Right.
they couldn't keep the Flip Squad. He had to
Right.
differentiate the groups or whatever. Now I remember I was trying to tell you this last time on part 1. If you haven't
Right,
heard it, go
right.
check it out. I remember we were
You said you skipped
in the
part.
studio. We were in Flex in the Hot 97 studio, and Tracy comes in and she's like, I gotta talk to you guys, meaning him. I'm just there. I'm the intern. I'm probably ordering sandwiches. And she was like, I'm thinking about getting this guy, DJ Enuff. He's
Right.
Biggie's DJ.
Right.
Right? And I saw Flex have a moment because I don't know why. All I can assume is when Flex left being under Red's camp or whatever on Kiss and started doing his own thing at Hot, Enuff took his slot. And then,
Me and Flex had tension for many years.
so Flex
So
is
now here
moving
comes.
up.
So now here comes.
Flex is moving up, and Enuff is always one step behind. But now, Flex's boss, who's like this with Flex, is saying, hey, I'm going to bring a guy in that's going to be on the primetime slot. Like, you're the night primetime. He'll be the morning or
What was the
Originally
time?
morning.
at that time.
Yeah, morning.
So that's like even more listeners. Morning gets the most listeners. So I can see Flex calculate. He never said any of this, but I could just see his calculations. Like, but he was under me. Now he's, you know what I mean?
And so you think that's part? You think the reason that E didn't get the nod is that it wouldn't have made sense for Flex in his eyes to be like, "Hey, you want to be under
Who's he
what
gonna
I'm
be
doing?"
co-president? You gonna be co-president of the Pitbulls?
No, I get it.
But it's but
Now you get it.
Now
because
I get
now
it.
you're,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but back then it's probably like,
by the way, there's no way at the time anyone would get. It was actually kind of out of respect that he's like, respect and a healthy dose of competitiveness of like, I'm not sharing the slot with you, and I can't try to sun you and make you under me either.
Right.
So I'm just gonna leave you
but
out.
I can't sun you because you've moved up in the ranks. My boss loves you. So how can I sun you? Because that's going to put me in a bad position with my boss. Flex is always fucking...
No, what this
he's,
is-
what's that shit? He's abacus, man.
Flex is like fucking what's his face's character in House of Cards.
His side, his
Yeah.
right hand man,
He's
Roger or Ron or something.
Right, he's the dude who's just always thinking about the moves 3 or 4 steps down the road. It's something I'm not very good at. So you were bummed out by this though.
Super bummed out.
Did you tell him? Did you say anything? Or you just like,
And I was like, fuck. And I just left.
Wait, why'd you have the tension with him all those years? You said
Because I think we both come under Red Alert. And it was like, who's going to represent Red Alert the best and better, and who's more proud of,
their red alertness.
Yeah, man. That was
and
it.
like, was it like
So,
club? Like, did
it
you
was
ever get
clubs, it was radio, everything. And it was radio first. Because
Really?
when I was on Kiss,
Kiss?
remember, I was on at 10 p.m. And then Flex was on at 10 p.m.
Oh, like if Red was out of town.
Yeah.
So
No. At this time, I had my own show now.
Oh.
So now I'm DJ Enuff. I got my own show. I'm on
Right.
10 p.m.
You're on against
I'm
him.
on
Oh,
Wednesdays.
this is-
He's on the same time.
Yeah.
So you know how it is naturally. Just
Yeah.
it's competitive. So I didn't hear it until years later. But Flex would be like, yo, when you was playing them break beats, you got me with this one. You got me with that one.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give it up until years later.
Right.
But he had a great time just being competitive. And then we talked about the radio. Okay.
The what?
The radio.
Oh.
We're on the radio, but we're also monitoring what the other stations are doing.
Bro, he had a
plan.
he had a boombox.
I know, but that was
in the studio.
That was his thing. Like you had to listen to what
the
other competition was playing. So
Right.
that way, either we're early or late, or they're going to commercials or whatever it was.
Right, they're going soft. Let's go hard.
Yeah.
Hey, when
Exactly.
you go to commercials, we play the biggest hit.
Yeah, whatever, to try to keep them. That was his thing. But he says that you was just always so competitive, and he just enjoyed the competitiveness. But I think it was the industry too, talking crap. Flex is this, Enuff is that.
Yep.
So after a while, you're rolling with that so much, you really believe like, yo, this guy don't fuck with me. So now we got beef, kind of. Like
Right.
I thought we were gonna fight one time.
You did?
Yeah.
Like Angie and Wendy?
Yeah, almost like that, but not at the station. There was one time Remember Thais Harris at Columbia?
Yep.
She used to work at Columbia, and she was trying to like be the middle person. And it was like, you and Flex got to work it out. This tension between y'all is stupid. And I was like, all right, whatever. Damn. But it was tough. So then I vent, and I'm cursing one day, and DJ Threat is my Cipha Sounds now at the time.
Okay.
DJ Threat is from Long Island, half Dominican, half Italian, Irish. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I remember that name. I can't
Wait,
think of
Threat he sounds like
he
you.
passed away.
Oh, Threat.
Yeah.
Duh.
So-
I'm thinking the other guy that passed away. Who's the tall guy that passed away years after Carl Blaze?
Oh, Carl Blaze, somebody did.
Man,
Yeah.
Threat.
Yeah.
Man. Threat was my Threat.
Yeah. So
Threat was your threat?
Bro.
That was the guy, right?
Yo,
Right.
Threat. I used to, like, Threat came in under Enuff, and like that's like.
So he was your equivalent.
And I was like, damn, this guy's nice, man.
Yeah,
he was
good.
nice.
So the crazy thing about Threat, if you guys didn't know, Threat was working alongside Jadakiss and the Rough Riders. And then that Monday, he died on Mother's Day on a Sunday. That Monday, he was supposed to report to work at Atlantic Records. And the job that Rick Betterman ended up getting was the job that Threat was supposed to have.
Wow.
And he was under Crystal Isaacs. Remember Crystal Isaacs?
I remember Crystal, yeah.
So that was his job.
Damn.
Anyway,
I remember hearing
he got to
when
live
he died.
He got to live his dream. He was on part of the Saturday night crew. That 12 to 4 slot. They would rotate them.
Rotate DJs,
whatever. So he got to do that with Green Lantern, K-Slay.
Yeah.
And I'm missing one more DJ. Might have been Camilo. I think all 4 of them or something like that. Were
Maybe
rotating.
Big Ben.
Yeah, something like that. But they were rotating the guys on the weekend. So he was happy to live his dream, and he got to do his thing, and that was that. So I told him, and I vented. I said, you know what? So he was like, man, fuck Flex. Let's start our own shit. I'm like, yeah, what we going to do? He was like, yo, you the heavy hitter DJ Enuff, right? So we going to start a crew called the Heavy Hitters.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I said, who we going to put down?
Well, you were already calling yourself the heavy hitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Who came up with that?
Me.
Just you? Okay.
Because I did a mixtape called The Heavyweight Champion of Sound. Remember how Cipha was just talking about how technical we was always trying to be as disc jockeys? Mm-hmm. So I was like, the heavyweight champ was just like a boxing thing.
Right.
In sports, right? Yeah. So I just added of sound. That's
Right.
it.
Heavyweight champion of sound.
So
Okay.
then, I couldn't call myself the heavyweight champion of sound all the time.
It doesn't play. It doesn't play well in the long term one.
It doesn't play well. So I just kept with the heavy hitter, and that was the vibe. And then I'm having this conversation with DJ Threat in the street around 30-something street, right? Matter of fact, right around here, but probably on the east side.
Okay.
And then like, who are we gonna put down? And then walking around the corner is this young Colombian Queens DJ named DJ Camilo.
All right. So you meet this Colombian kid.
Well, I mean, we already knew him.
You already knew him.
But
was he already hot out here?
He was already kind of moving.
Okay.
He was doing like Casablanca and Queens and
Oh, he's local though.
yeah, doing a
You
bunch
DJ
of
for the
spots.
Beat Nuts.
Yeah,
Oh, he did. But he wasn't yet the international club king.
not yet.
Okay. We're years away from the international
Yeah,
club
not
king.
yet.
Camilo's the first one to take me to Germany.
I love that.
Wow.
With Sia,
See ya, yep.
all right? See,
See ya, yep.
I hated him back then.
Why?
He played me, Sia.
Oh, we'll get into that.
We'll get into it later. It's a fun joke. Now I don't care. It's all love. But anyway, so this young kid, Camilo, yo, we starting this DJ crew. You want to be down with us? And then Camilo goes, sure, why not? But it's just like, that's it.
Yeah.
So then me, Camilo, DJ Threat, the foundation now. So then in our head, we're like, what is going to make a heavy hitter? What do we need from a disc jockey for them to be considered a heavy hitter? So we went to our banks and we were thinking like, okay, they got to either be a producer, a big dude in the club, a mixtape king of some sort. They got to do something, or they got to DJ for an incredible rap group or like band or artist or something. Those were kind of like the credentials needed to be down with.
I respect it.
And that's how we did it all the way into the last couple of years.
And
we kind of shied away from that because things have changed. Nobody makes mixtapes no more.
Right. You had to change the standards
we had
now.
to change the standards.
Who?
It's like those biker gangs that now kind of let Mexicans and blacks in.
So wait, how did how long into the process did the heavy hitter sucker drop come to be?
Well,
That's Camilo's wife.
that's Camilo's wife.
Oh, so
Camilo's wife
Chef
was
T.
the first one.
Well, she made that for him.
She made it for him,
And it became-
I heard it,
Yeah.
and I stole it.
Yeah.
And then since I'm on every day in the prime time slots, it became famous. And then what I told every DJ was, I said, you know what? Everybody wears colors. Everybody wears jackets. Everybody wears T-shirts. I don't give a fuck. Grab this sound bite and play it. And then everybody will know who we are.
By the way,
It's crazy.
you fucking nailed it.
And to be honest with you, I got that from DJ Clue. Because remember, Clue's doing mixtapes, and all he did was Clue, Clue. And I heard that damn Clue echo everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I was like, we got to do that.
And it's dope. It plays cool too because like I could be listening to Shade 45 or I could be in LA listening to the radio. And when you hear the heavy hitter sucker drop, you're like, oh, this person's official. It really works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like Flex had the bomb that everyone knows, but it was only his.
Right.
And it didn't say anything.
No.
Yours was like marketing and branding every time it played.
Yeah,
Every time.
Flex never made a true big dog pit bull drop.
No, because who the fuck are we?
Right. he had Funkmaster Flex Night, which was huge, obviously.
That was the sounder.
Bro, I saw that live, bro.
You watched it happen?
Was
Rosie?
Rosie Perez.
David Letterman.
yeah.
Rosie, and I remember I used to love like David Letterman. I would stay up late and I saw her say that live. I didn't know Flex at the time, but I was just like, oh, I knew from the radio. And I'm like, that's crazy. She just gave this guy
Hard to get
a
a
shot.
ticket. Hard to get a ticket for Master Flex Night.
Let's see if it comes up on YouTube. It does. It does.
I was at the Palladium at Funkmaster Flex Night.
So I was going to the Palladium on Funk Master Flex Night. You know that night?
Oh, So, Master Flex Night.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hard to get a ticket for Master Flex Night.
So
By the way, do you hear though that when she says it, the crowd there reacts?
Yes.
Wait, listen to the beginning. The crowd, it's Letterman's in New York.
Yeah.
There's a response when she says it.
Yeah.
I was going to the Palladium on Funk Master Flex Night. You know that night?
Oh, yeah.
You don't hear that bop, bop,
Master
bop.
Flex Night.
No, that's somebody
It's
laughing.
Somebody laughing.
You think so?
They don't know what that. There's a tourist in there.
Oh, sorry.
They
I
are
hope that
laughing
one
at-
person was in there.
They're laughing at what the fuck is she saying?
What is a Funk Master
If
Flex?
I'm at the Flex Night.
Yo, he flipped that so crazy.
Yeah, Chris Mikado.
No, he did. Shout out to Chris Mikado.
Was Chris Mikado who did it?
You know,
100%.
remember him? He used to work at the station.
Yeah.
He did that.
He did imaging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris
Imaging
Mikado did that.
commercials. Chris
I've
Mikado.
thought
How do you get
about-
a ticket? How do you get a ticket? How do you get a ticket?
Well, I've thought about that, going through all the different people who have ripped me and trying to find someone saying some shit that I could flip into a,
Yeah, like a drop or
like
a
Jason
sweeper.
Lee bad mouthing me or Charlemagne or Tommy Loren. There has to be some person who doesn't like me that I could turn into a hard drop.
Yeah.
But it ain't David Letterman.
Nah, it ain't
Because
David.
in the second you heard that drop, you know it's. I used to wonder. I'd hear it. I go, how the fuck did Flex? How did this guy get a drop from David Letterman?
That's
And
hard.
now you know. All right, so the heavy hitter sucker pops off. You guys start building your.
We start building our army.
And the note so the early ones are you, Threat, Camillo. Who was next in that we would know?
Probably like DP1.
Okay.
DP1.
DJ Lobo was my first like real Hispanic disc jockey.
Okay.
Because I was doing a very famous club in the Bronx called Jimmy's Bronx Cafe.
Of course.
And at that party is where everything happened. You know, a lot of things happened.
We've heard the stories.
Okay.
Many stories.
But so he was there. Then a guy named Precise. And the list goes on. Then DJ Ramo. And then there was Big Ben, Cass One, El Boogs.
See now.
So
this
now
is
it's
where it
like,
turns.
so it's like, wow, it's a lot happening. But you know what? It was crazy. Then I got, in the very beginning, I got a lot of flack from the industry. You got nothing but Spanish DJs. I said, bro, at the time when I was doing this, the Spanish clubs were the hottest clubs in the city.
Right.
And this is no disrespect to nobody. It had nothing to do with me picking black, white, Spanish. It's just who I felt who moved the rooms the best. And remember the accolades we talked about? They needed to be who.
But there was
what's what.
nothing about Latin pride or anything, even a piece of it.
A little bit, of course,
Little,
but
but
it
that's
just felt good.
That's
Like,
a New York thing, though.
Of
It's
course.
like it's not. We're not separated.
No.
But yeah, but there is a cool little vibe of like there was a lot of Spanish DJs, but yeah, they were Spanish clubs at that time. Oof.
Oh, sorry. Was Rock Raider a heavy hitter?
Yes, and because see, Rock Raider, I met through Sean C. and Fat Fingers, right? And all he came to me and said was, "I need a little bit of help, bro." I said, "What's up?" He goes, "I'm this world famous DJ, you know that, blah 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 blah, but nobody wanted to book him to do a party.
Parties.
And he could do that too.
And he could do that.
Right.
He was amazing.
Right.
But they
were just thinking of the scratching.
They labeled him a technical disc jockey nerd.
Turntablist.
And that's it. So my plan was to slowly work him in the club circuit and then maybe get him on the radio a few times and show the world that he can DJ and party rock just like we could.
Yeah, like he's from the place where all the party rock DJs are from.
Right, he was just nice technically.
And I thought,
well, he went technical first.
And real talk, I thought he was bugging trying to be down with the heavy hitters. I'm like, yo, do you understand who you are and who you just like?
Nah, I get it though.
You're part of the executioners, bro. You're bugging. But he really wanted that. And then the last conversation I had with him, I saw him. He was DJing for Buster, and I saw him at a concert somewhere upstate. Maybe Albany or Chicago somewhere. I'm sorry, my brain's losing it. And then he passed away.
So it didn't even last that long.
It didn't get to happen. No,
it didn't even really. So he is a member, and you guys put him on the jackets and stuff, and
yes,
you honor him
100%.
But it never really.
It didn't really resonate the way we wanted it to.
He's one of the greatest of all time.
100%.
Who do you think is just quick aside? Who do you think is the greatest technical DJ of all time? Like someone who you just go, oh my god.
What do you mean, like cuts?
Overall, they like blow your mind the most as a DJ.
I mean,
how can you? There's so many.
I know.
I would still say Jazzy Jeff to me.
But
you know why? Because
that's why I asked
Jazzy has that. He has the technical side of it, but he has the party rocking side of it, and he gets the music. So to me, probably hands down Jazzy.
I say Jazzy Jeff too.
When random people say, "Oh, you can't scratch in the club. Girls don't like that. You can't dance to that." Then you go see Jazzy Jeff.
And then everything
scratches,
changes. Everything changes.
But the thing is, he scratches with melody.
Of course.
It's part of the rhythm. Like, yeah, nobody wants to see you doing fucking... Well, maybe if you do it right, but some people scratch like it's too aggressive. Jazzy Jeff puts the fucking groove in it. You know what I mean?
He scratches in pocket.
My dream...
Pocket.
I'm going to say this to the camera. My dream scenario is that the next person to sit in the seat that DJ Enuff is in is Jazzy Jeff. He's been on like my list forever for us to get.
But there's other local people we can get. Don't.
Well, I'm not trying to diss the. So what? It's only 2 hours away.
But what do you mean next?
I want him immediately.
Well, you got to get on your booking shit then.
I know. I hit up Jazzy Jeff the other day because I showed Natalie the summertime video for the first time, and I was like, "Yo, do you still have any of those starter jerseys from back in the day?" He was like, "Bro, you have no idea how many I had of them,
Oh my God.
And they're all gone." I was like,
Man, that sucks.
"Yeah, but I'm with you. I agree, Jeff." All right, so heavy hitters pops off, does pretty well,
Popping off very well.
and at what point does a young Mr. West, Kanye West, want to get down with the heavy hitters? How did that all come to be?
Okay, so at this time, my management office is located on 38th Street.
Okay, 30th and what?
Between 8th and 9th.
Who's it? Who's your manager?
Renee McLean.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's RPM, him and Lilette Pizarro. They're, I don't know if they're boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife at the time, but he's the creator of the Mix Show Power Summit. Okay, which is one of those big conventions that
Puerto Rico with the DJs.
Yeah, remember?
Puerto Rico. Let me just put it this way. I'll sum it up like this: a lot of promo 12 inches and a lot of DJs getting their dick sucked.
Wait, I was talking about the line from the Jay-Z and Kanye
No,
song.
I know you were. But I'm just saying. I'm just talking about conferences in general. But
Yeah,
okay.
so Ye was around all that, the conferences, and then one day.
Just trying to get his records like out there.
Not yet.
beats.
This is early.
around.
He was just making beats. He's a producer. He can rap, but no one's heard his raps yet. So I'm tight with Talib and Mos Def at this time. This is around the time Fat Beats was still rocking. And I remember specifically having an argument with the fans of Fat Beats. I was so mad because, and Talib called me to check up on me because I had his back because I'm a new DJ getting ready to get hired on Hot 97, right? They dropped this Black Star project, so I can't wait to play it on Hot 97. But everybody in the store is like, nah, fuck Hot 97. We don't want to hear Black Star on Hot 97. And this is a true thing.
That's the same shit happened to me.
This is around the player era.
Player, yeah.
Okay,
this is the beginning of the internet era, really.
100%. So I'm arguing with all these people in Fat Beats, like, fuck y'all. You gonna tell me these are your artists right here that you fucking love, and if I go on the radio and play them and support them,
exposure.
you're not gonna fucking fuck with them?
Yeah.
You guys are, this is bullshit. I never went back into Fat Beats again after that.
Wow.
I was so mad.
I believe
so
you.
fucking mad.
That's crazy because I would have thought that someone like one of you guys walking into Fat Beats people would be excited to see you there. Like, oh, you're here to buy good. You're going to support good shit.
No, we could actually, me and Cipha come from that.
I know.
We actually come from that. We were playing like Necro Flow.
I met Camilo in Fat Beats.
And Fat Beats. That was the thing.
That's how I know Camilo. When I used to work at
Fat Beats was located on 8th Street by Grace Papaya.
No, I was there. That was there.
So that was where we went. We went there. You know, I mean, besides rock and soul and
Let me tell you,
spots. But
I love rock and soul. Let me tell you that, by the way, they were, if you, as an out-of-towner going to Fat Beats, who's, my parents, my parents were taking me. The level of dickheadedness, it's like a fucking parody of the movie of the fucking Q-Sav High Fidelity. I mean, hey, where's the new J Live record? It's over there, dipshit.
Yeah, shut the
fuck up. No, we sold out of the J Live record, you fucking moron.
We don't even have no more. And they're not coming in for a while.
Yeah, they're not coming in. Good luck. And I'm like, no, I just see one right here. They're like, oh, okay, sorry.
You are absolutely right. So that's the tension I was dealing with, supporting.
I prefer Discorama, where you didn't have to talk to anyone.
Support Black Star, right?
Okay.
And then this is the time I'm still taking the train to and from the station. Me and fucking Mos Def, or his Yasin Bey now, used to take the train to Brooklyn.
Okay.
Anyway, so a couple of years later, maybe 2 or 3 years later, Tyler was like, yo, I want to introduce you to Kanye. I'm like, who else Kanye? Producer dude. I'm like, all right, cool. What's up with him? Oh, he's trying to get his shit on. We helping him with his raps and stuff. I was like, all right, cool. So what I didn't realize was that, what's Kanye's first album?
College Dropout.
College Dropout. He's recording College Dropout down the block from the RPM offices.
Okay.
Because they're both located on 38th Street. All right. So he would probably just do his recording and then come to the office and nag me. And the nagging was always, yo, I know you got this heavy hitter thing. I want to be down. I'm like, we don't have artists down. This is a DJ crew, bro. In my mind, I'm like, you don't fit. This is not what we're doing.
By the way, I'm noticing a problem with DJ Enuff's with the way of thinking in general.
What?
You short sell yourself on everything. You're like, no, why would you want to be down with us? Instead of thinking, but no, at the time there wasn't a reason.
Because I'm humble, bro.
You're humble, and also
humble beginnings.
And also it was the beginning for him. You didn't, I
had no idea who the hell.
I know
those guys from
I wouldn't have wanted to put a random artist in my fucking DJ crew either. No, I get it.
And I like Talib and them, but I'm, you guys are underground. You guys aren't even seeing what's happening with my space, and
they're not even asking to be in your crew. So why would
that's why it was weird to me.
Right. That is. By the way, let's just be honest. It is weird.
Well, yeah, if I was gonna put a rapper artist down, I already know Mos and Kweli. They'd have to go before you,
right?
Because I met you through them.
But I just think it's important that there's so much conversation about Kanye these days, and a lot of people say what happened, and obviously talking about the political and all that crazy shit is different. But in terms of the behavioral weirdness,
he changed twice for me.
But but just to point out, even from the very beginning, this behavior is a little weird. That is a very forward way to be.
100%.
I want to be in your DJ crew. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, so
maybe he understood what that meant. Maybe he didn't. Whatever. Maybe he was smart. Whatever. But
it's all that.
But that was happening.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time.
And then,
he would just go down to your office.
All the time. Renee was like, yo, this dude's always coming to the office, man. All the time looking for you.
I mean,
what's
DJs.
What's his problem, bro?
All the hot DJs are next door. Why wouldn't I go down there?
I know, man. It was just nuts. And then, but when I think about it today, I had Common, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, and Kanye West knocking on my fucking management's door every day. And I don't know why every day. So it was years later that I put it together, because I did a party recently at this studio location, and the owner of the location of the studio was like, this is where Kanye did his first album. I said, this is where he did it? So I'm like, oh shit. So I go to the studio, check out, I'm like, look where it's located. It's down the block from the office. So now I get it. He reported to work to record his album, but he was just trying to figure out a way to get it heard and get it supported.
And do you look back now and think what you could have done, considering everyone was banging down the door?
I could have been G and Hop, could have signed him, could have managed him, could have fucking did all that. But I didn't have my business together back then. I was still trying to be DJ Enuff.
And that would have been a lot also.
100%.
Now, so what happens? So he just keeps nagging and you're like, no, I'm good?
Then one day he says, look, do me a favor, man. Just help me with this thing. I'm trying to go into a different space. He gives me a snippet of his album. And he's like, let's put it out as mixtape. What do you mean? Put your logo on it. Let's put it out on a mixtape. I think it's to get home.
The whole album?
Yeah,
song.
But it's like snippets.
Okay.
He put together a mixtape for himself.
Right.
And he wanted me to help him distribute it.
Put
it out. So shout to AG that rolls with Trey Songz. I don't know if you remember him. Well, anyway, AG literally went to physically all the stores in Harlem, Brooklyn, Queens, and put out the Kanye West mixtape.
So what was it? What was it called? College Dropout mix? Like
no, it was called Get Well. Remember, he got in the car accident, so it's the Get Well
Soon
mixtape. That one. Anyway, so that's the one that we're promoting, and I remember specifically.
Hold on.
That's it.
Let's hear what the beginning sounds like.
All right. Before we get started, we want to send a get well shout out to music producer Kanye West. He's doing fine, but he was in a car accident last week, so we just want to send him our best from over here.
That's free for one of his apartments.
We hope he gets better soon and keeps doing those hot beats that he does.
In case y'all don't know, he did Instant Izzo, he did Takeover, he did Guess Who's Back, he did my joint, Good to You.
Tyler.
He did Joints the Most This Album.
It's Tyler.
Give it up for my nigga Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? Now Kanye, y'all also don't know my man got skills. He's a rapper, he's on my new project, so I want him to bust it first. Can we let my man bust it first? What's up, Kanye? What's up?
God, so funny.
A lot of love.
Well,
Co-sign.
because that crowd was so into Talib that he could tell them this guy's good and you're going to pay attention.
It's just crazy why they have like beef now. This is back in the late 1900s.
Remember, he's already.
This is the very late. No, this is the early. This is the early
millennium.
Early millennium.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just he was already paired up with the Rockefeller guys, but he was doing all the production for them. But I don't think nobody took him seriously as a rapper.
They didn't.
So that's
Which
what
is-
he was.
which
Which is understand. I get it.
I get it too, but I also hate that we do that because it's the same thing about Rock Raider.
No, same thing.
Because you came out as a battle DJ executioner turntablist first, or is where you got your first shine from, that's all you could be.
Right.
So we think Kanye can only be a producer because that's how it started.
Right.
That's the same thing. Like it's
We're all guilty of it.
yeah. People like, oh no, well that's what you are. I remember, when I tried to become a comedian, everybody, you can't become a comedian. You can't do comedy. You're a DJ. You're a fucking DJ. You can't do comedy. And I remembered before I was a DJ, everyone would say, you can't be a DJ. You're not a DJ. You're an airplane mechanic. You know what I mean? So fuck everybody.
Aviation.
Yo.
Wait, but hold on. But you're also pointing out that you were one of those people, right? You said
I absolutely was.
because I mean you shit on Kanye.
No, I didn't shit
I mean, Kanye begged to get on Sound Bombing, and Cipha. He said, "I'll give you an acapella verse." Cipha was like, "We good, man."
Okay, let me ask you a question. As a DJ,
Yes, sir.
Sound Bombing is an album on Raucous, right? But it's like an album, but it's
one
a
or two
mixtape.
or three?
Three.
Right.
Me and Mr. Chalk from LA. We did produce all the songs were produced already. They were pressed up on vinyl.
So you
Test
could mix
pressings.
it.
There's no way he's getting in there.
So we could actually mix the album on vinyl, right? He comes to the studio on like the last day and was like, yo, can I get on this? I was like, we're done. We're literally mixing it. He goes, I'll rhyme a cappella in the beginning. And I go, I don't know how that would fit. And then now I'm like, I wish I would have got him to rhyme a cappella on the beginning.
I know, man.
All right, so we continue on. So you guys do the mixtape
Oh, wait,
together.
just give you some advice.
Yeah.
Whoever comes into your studio saying they want to rhyme, let them rhyme.
That's it.
Maybe
Record them.
you record it.
Record them.
Because
No,
at
but
least
what
I
if-
would have at least I would have had it recorded.
Wait, do we have to follow this advice? Like, if you and I go out to the concert in a couple of months, Rolling Loud,
Yeah.
and someone wants to rap for us backstage,
Yes.
we should listen.
What are we doing?
Last time I was so mad when we were with Natalie at the last concert, and Natalie was like, the guy was like, let me rap for you. And I was like, and Natalie's like, no, babe, go ahead, I'll film. I was like, oh.
You love that, huh?
She was like, kick something. This is
That's
great.
dope. That's
All right. So he wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible. Then he got very drunk. He took his shirt off. It was a long day. He was there for a long time. And that's the problem. So So you put out the Get Well Soon. How well received is that first mixtape? Like I don't know it very well.
Horrible.
It wasn't.
No. But let me explain something. Horrible. Nobody wanted it. I even had people wanting to return it. And then, maybe about a month later, I started getting phone calls from all the stores. Yo, you got any more of that Kanye West? We need it. It's
Really?
selling out. It's going.
Why are they calling you? Because you presented
because
it.
we presented it. Me and AG were the ones who
Was
literally.
it DJ Enuff presents?
No.
Was your name on it?
No, my name wasn't on it. I was just physically helping him get it.
You didn't even put the logo on it.
No, I don't think I did. No.
The Heavy Hitter logo's not on it?
No.
Oh, I thought
not until the album. Not until the album. And I forgot. It was GLC who was with him. GLC came into. GLC was one of the guys who kind of like, maybe what's that?
It's the picture of the cover.
Yeah, that's it.
And it doesn't have the logo. It has Kanye's old logo
Right.
with the rock
With the
logo.
rock logo.
And Get Well Soon and him holding his rock chain in his hand, wearing the most early 2000s of jeans.
Yeah, those jeans are coming back though.
But then he makes a song called Heavy Hitters for Life. And I'm like,
Wait, he made Heavy Hitters for Life before he was a heavy hitter?
yes, that's the crazy part. So then GLC comes in and presents it. GLC is the other rapper on the song.
Yeah.
And he's from Chicago. It's his homeboy he grew up with. And GL, I don't know, talking to GL had more of street cred to me. Like he was just like the dude. Like you could tell.
You could
he's
tell,
on the
yeah.
street, right? So I'm listening to him like, okay. And I'm not a tough guy, but this guy's really aggressive. And it's like, we could do this and we could do this.
He was making a compelling case.
100%.
Okay.
And I hear the record, I'm like, oh, that's dope. So I'm kind of like feeling it a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, this could be something. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it, whatever. And I kind of left it at that. Wasn't really expecting much. And then one of the studio sessions on a playback, this is when like people would present their album. And it was one of the moments where like Kevin Lyles was there, Michael Kaiser, the industry was there for the first time, but it was big. It felt good to me. And I was invited to listen to the project.
To Kanye's album?
Yeah, Kanye's album. And I'm sorry, I'm saying this out of order, but the first gathering was at 4040 for the drop of In the Wire.
The Wire.
Through the Wire. It was a video, whatever. And in the documentary, they show that I'm there, but you don't see me. But I'm there. I'm there in the space.
You got cut out of the documentary?
I got cut out.
Who else did that happen to?
A lot of people.
Me.
What part for you?
The part in front of Ruckus.
Oh, yeah.
I got sliced.
Yeah, it's horrible. But anyway, so that happened, and I didn't really pay it too much mind. But when the mixtape started buzzing, I was like, yo, this could be a thing. And then I was his direct go-to to the radio. And this guy started feeding me everything and feeding me and feeding
His
me.
records or like
His
others,
records,
even stuff
everything.
he produced?
Everything. Feeding me everything.
Wow.
I'm like, now, remember, I'm the new guy at the station, but I'm
Right.
getting all the heat.
Oh. Yeah.
So Kanye starts being your link to getting this new hot shit. As he's blowing up, it's making you look great.
Amazing.
Timing is everything.
Amazing. I'm looking like the kid. And I'm playing like the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, and those are
Two words.
Two words. Those are ill records. And before they come out, and I'm like, woo!
Oh, Get 'em High.
Yeah, all that before everybody. And I
So
had the
at
studio on
this
fire.
point, you now like fully realize how good he is. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, this guy's actually really.
No, he's dope. But I'm just so happy in the moment. I'm not securing my bag with the management and I could do this for you and have this hit. My lawyer sent to sign this. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just happy.
Yeah.
So how does the logo get on the album then, without there being any like real business?
G and Hop were part of his management, and then Plain Pat were always trying to show love. You know what I'm saying? Until they were like, look, man, they knew how much I meant to their project, and they were just like, let's put that logo on there. So they didn't ask for clearance or anything. I just saw it. I was like, oh shit.
Wow.
Now I'm even hotter.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess
In
it's
my
hard.
mind, I'm like, I'm hotter
Who
again.
did the Heavy Hitter logo?
This kid named Joe Buck.
The Heavy Hitter logo is
Joe Buck did
phenomenal.
It's
Joe
a
Buck.
fucking great
Joe
logo.
Buck did De La Souls, Chia Lee, a few others. Joe Buck used to work at Cornerstone.
Really?
Rob
Stone?
Rob
Yeah, Rob
Stone.
Stone.
Rob Stone's company, Cornerstone. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
the
how I
Heavy
found
Hitter
him.
logo is iconic.
Dope.
Is he still around, Joe Buck?
He's around, but he's not working in that space anymore.
Well, man, he got something because you're right. That logo with the baseball bat and
tough, right?
It's like I don't know what you call that art. Like it's like a certain style with the just straight lines. You know what I mean? There's like a name for that.
My vision for heavy hitters at that time was
Is he really named Joe Buckingham?
yes, that's him.
I found him.
So anyway,
I found
my vision for the heavy hitters logo was never completed. It was supposed to be the greats in sports, right? So it was Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Babe Ruth, people like that.
Yeah.
And that, to me, those were the original heavy hitters, right?
Right.
So I said, yo, just do that. I said, make a logo and after Babe Ruth. And then when you're done with that, let's get to Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali.
So that's supposed to be Babe Ruth, the heavy hitter logo?
Well, not Babe Ruth, but
like that's-
kind
yeah,
of
like
like,
the essence.
the essence of a heavy hitter. Because after a while, it was like people thought we were all Latin baseball players. I'm like, all these Spanish guys playing baseball. Oh, you guys play baseball? I'm like, no. So I was trying to finish it
The
to
softball
complete
team.
the thing.
It's Corona Queen.
Yeah.
Corona Queen softball team, the heavy hitters.
That's what they all thought we were. I got Lobo, I got Camilo, DJ Threat, me, L Books, Cast One. Dominicans, Colombians, Puerto Ricans.
Hilarious, yo.
Imagine that.
So they didn't finish it.
No, they never.
Why didn't he finish?
We just never got to finish the vision of what I was trying to show the world, what I wanted.
That's crazy.
Heavy hitters to be, I guess, I don't know, imaged by, I guess.
So, you said earlier, kind of in passing, when we brought up Kanye, that he changed twice for you.
Yes.
So when did the first change occur? And also, I have been told before by
It's on his
Cass.
60-minute shit right now. You hear this guy?
Yeah.
When did Kanye West change for you?
You love when I get too
you
serious.
get into your
So wait, no,
zone.
but Cass did tell me at some point recently, like for a long time, you were really still in touch with him a lot. Like it lasted for a while. So yeah, how did the relationship progress? Let me say that.
Okay, so the first change for me was ultimately when his mom passed away. But even with that, when he was still dating Amber, he would come to our events still, like softball games that we would have. Remember?
You really did have softball games?
Well, yeah, because
You remember that?
You did it to yourself.
No, bro.
You did it to yourself.
Yo, remember DJ Threat passed away, and we had a celebrity softball game every year.
And didn't you play the Pitbulls? Did that ever happen? I made that up.
No,
that never happened.
never.
That'd be a
So
fight.
that's what it was, and we used to have, I used to have Ebro used to be on our team. Ebro
Oh,
used
that's
to play
right,
for the
that's-
heavy hitters, and
yeah.
it was dope. It was just a way to kind of like show love, and then we just
And he would come to all that kind of stuff.
he would come to the stuff. Him and Amber would come, and they'd be with us and hanging out, regular people.
Yeah.
It was always amazing. And then once he got with Kim, I lost him. It was gone. New management, numbers changed, no more cell phone.
Yeah, he got
I'm
into the
like,
Matrix.
Just emails. And then it was weird shit now. So I had like his security guards calling my phone. Kanye's at the hotel. He wants to know if you can come by. He has some stuff for you. I'm like, what do you mean? So I didn't get it all the time, but he just wanted to keep the relationship
on some level.
on some level. He was building his home in California, but he was staying at the Mercer Hotel
The Mercer, yeah.
somewhere downtown or something like that. And he'd be like, yo, E, I got something special. The world needs to hear. Come see me. Like, all right, cool.
And what would it be?
Just music, whatever. Just
I wanna play you something.
It just kept going. It just kept going.
So all that time, he would always still feed you music.
Always
new
feed
music.
me music. And then
So real quick though, so you said there was a change, but even after it got weird in the Kim era and things changed, he still was playing you music
a little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit. But not a little bit. That
Like,
was
what's
just a little
something you
bit.
got early? Like Watch the Throne or something?
I mean, all that stuff. I was
good
there.
music stuff.
I was around all of it,
Right.
because also this was my beginnings of getting down with Mike Dean. And I didn't know Mike Dean for long, but Mike Dean became a heavy hitter. And I was like, oh, Mike Dean's this guy. Mike Dean's doing a lot of mixes for him and doing a lot of the tech stuff, He's a producer, but he's doing a lot of tech stuff too. So Mike Dean became my guy also. And Mike Dean was always downtown and always staying at an
And Mike
apartment.
Dean became a heavy hitter?
Yeah, Mike Dean's a heavy hitter too.
What?
Yeah.
What is this? What is heavy hitters now?
Yo, bro,
It's-
we a serious thing, Pop.
Yo, it's
hilarious.
DJ Enuff, Kanye West, Mike Dean.
Mike Dean.
Mike Dean, man.
Mike Dean is
Mike Dean's somebody you should
incredible.
have here.
Oh, no,
yes,
no,
yes.
We you should have here. Like,
Do you know anyone that knows him that could help us get him?
I actually do.
'Cause
You know what?
Dean
You know what?
from
Can't-
Remember me?
before
I used to DJ for
Kanye.
Biggie.
Yeah, he's
I don't know if you know. I used to DJ for Biggie.
I used to DJ for Biggie. Yo, Mike Dean is phenomenal.
I think Karen Rate's been helping out Mike too.
100%.
Yeah.
There's a new artist named Stash.
Yeah, and Karen Rate's been helping him out. So we could definitely get him. We should. All right, so Kanye's still around,
Right.
but in a weird, different,
Yes.
getting calls from security guards kind of way.
I would always question him, like, yo, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? And then he would try to break it down to me, like, I'm not insane. I'm actually very smart. I know what I'm doing. And then he would, I forgot the references he would use, but it was like somebody who we all thought was insane, but in actuality they were very smart.
Right.
He was trying to say
Crazy like a fox.
That's what he was kind of like doing.
Did you, when he would come do things like Summer Jam, did you always sort of remain the point person for Hot when things
No.
related to Kanye?
No, after that it was just however he dealt with it with the
Okay,
ego
got
or
it.
whoever.
But would he make sure to get time with you? Like if he came to do
A
Summer
little
Jam,
bit. Like there was one year he performed. He didn't do that well. What was the year that he brought Jay-Z out?
Death of Auto? No, Death.
No, there was a year I DJ'd for Kanye on Summer Jam, and he had Jay-Z as his guest, and that was the one where Jay's there for like 2 minutes standing, no music playing.
Yeah, that was the auto-tune.
That was the Death of Auto-Tune year. That was the year
me
he
DJing.
that was the year he battled Swizz Beatz, I think. No,
No, that was a different year. That was a
different year.
This is when Jay
Just stood there.
Yeah, stood there and then raised his arm, and this side of the crowd made noise, and then raised his arm, and this side of the crowd made noise.
And they were specifically looking at me like, "Don't you dare start the music!"
Right.
Like it was a cue.
Yeah.
But then the cue passed its point, and I'm like, "What do I do?"
Yeah. Oh, because
But
this is Diamonds Are Forever remix.
Right. And he's standing there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so this isn't the auto-tune
And
year.
Jay's getting so much love. It's crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, don't you dare play the music enough. Do not cut this.
Yeah.
Keep
That was
it
a
going.
moment, bro.
It was a moment. So
Yeah.
I had to hold tight.
And then you eventually bring in Diamonds Are Forever.
Then it goes off and it's
Because
crazy.
I got it
It's
from
magic.
here, yay, damn. Mm-hmm. But that was auto tune also, I think. Same
no,
year.
I don't think it's the same year.
All I know is I think
Huh?
they had all white. So maybe all white.
But that shit
I
wasn't.
don't know.
So you were DJ for Kanye.
Yeah, at that
that
time.
one.
For that one.
How many times did you DJ for him over the years?
Not a lot. Couple here and there.
Okay.
Not a lot though.
And so you said he changed again. Then there was a second change?
No, that was the second change. It was only with
Oh, it was Mom passed
passing,
and then Kim.
Yeah.
Those are the two changes. And when was the last time you had any real interaction with him?
Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a long time. But my moment of fame was he invited me to the Garden to a concert, and I went. And during that night, he gave me, Clark Kent, a bunch of people in the industry flowers on stage, and I thought that was amazing. He wanted me to go to backstage, and I was like, I'm not going backstage. I wasn't a fan of backstage. I always felt like backstage was a mess. Too many security, the dudes, the groupies.
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
It's just not a thing for me.
There's a headache that comes with
Yeah,
it, for
yeah.
sure.
There's
But that
some
is cool.
moments back there, though.
But that is cool that he did that.
100%.
Does it make you, like watching the doc and then watching everything that's happened since, I would imagine that you're like, it must be kind of sad to see the whole thing play out the way it is.
Yeah, it hurts. But
Because like you see the good, like I'm just a fan.
I know in his heart he's a good dude, but the choices he's made are just stupid. And I wish somebody was next to him who could tell him what's what.
Was there ever anyone that you saw that could truly get his ear? Like if they
In the very beginning, I thought like John Monopoly.
Yeah.
And I thought like Don C. and Plain Pat, those guys were his day ones. But those were his guys.
Is John still around him or no?
No. I don't know. I don't know who's around.
I think he's
him.
like in and out.
Last time
I don't know who's around. I
seen
don't-
John
I don't
Monopoly,
know.
he still had dealings with him.
Yeah, I feel like he brings people in and out though, and it's hard because
I
how do you
believe it.
say no?
I believe it.
You know, but like it's not like he is playing Pat
Well,
with
you're
him
not-
every day anymore.
You're not ever like pushed all the way out. There's no like, hey, I no longer need your services.
Yo,
it's just he fades.
Yo, it's like I saw Cipha for the first time in a long time at the French Montana party.
Yeah. Sife's
You
big
know,
night out.
You know what Cipha tells me? He goes, Daddy called. Well, you didn't say daddy, but you said something like a flex call.
Yeah, I said something like, yeah.
He wants me to
Dad-
come back outside.
Dad told me to
or
come
something.
outside.
Yeah, so I was cracking up because it was good to see Cipha because I haven't seen him in so long.
I know, man.
And then he was just like, yo, how old are you, bro? And I was like, I thought that was weird. I said, why'd you ask me that question? He goes, bro, I looked at a picture the other day, and in the picture, everybody's dead. And I was like, oh, shit.
Who was
it
in
was
the
a Bobby J, Cap.
Bobby J, Big Cap, Frank Jugger.
Yeah, they're all gone. And he was
There's
like,
other
oh,
people
shit.
too. Like it's just fucking. It was because when I was packing up my records from that basement, I was finding all these pictures and stuff, and it's like.
So me and Cipha had a moment. It was a weird moment, but it was a moment.
Then I go ask him about his son because his son's a big time producer now.
Who, by the way, DJ Enuff's son produced Munch for Ice Spice and is working and works with her on a lot. What does he go by the way? What's his
Riot?
Riot. So when you see Riot as the producer, that's E's kid.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you happy for him,
Bro, I went to Rolling Loud, the same Rolling Loud you guys went to, and he's performing on stage or walking out, getting ready to come out. I'm getting ready to cry. And I'm like, I can't cry. I'm DJ Enuff. And I'm Riot's dad. I look like a pussy if I cry. And I'm like, stop. And I'm like, oh, shit.
That's crazy.
But I'm seeing all these kids screaming. I'm like, what is it? This is nuts. This is my little guy.
They know him?
No, not yet.
But he
they know
DJs for her.
No, he's produced her.
but he comes out with her?
Yeah, for that show he did. But yeah, so it's just weird. It's fucking
Somebody
weird.
showed another picture of my kids, and he goes, "You're somebody's father."
I know. What'd you say?
You know why? Because
What did you
I got
mean?
it, 100%.
you know what it is? Cipha is very funny and is a great DJ, and I just love the space that you're in right now. You know what I'm
Thanks,
saying? So
man.
it's dope.
Because you're somebody's father.
Yo, did me and you DJ one time for Danny Boy at Roseland?
Danny Boy.
Yeah. You don't
Who's
remember
Danny
that?
Boy?
You don't know?
House of Pain, Danny Boy?
No, different Danny Boy. Danny Brown. My bad.
Danny Brown.
I'm bugging, but I got the Danny's fucked up.
I mean, you were close, Danny B.
Oh, there
It was an ASAP Rocky, Danny Brown.
Kendrick.
Yeah, it was a bunch of shit like
Yeah.
that. Remember me and you
Yeah,
DJ?
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it was like a comedy thing. Like me and you were DJing, and you were just being funny.
Well, I was-
and then I was being
by
funny.
that time-
and then there was like some funny shit happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I could have ended up being doing improv with fucking
Yo,
Sice.
son, I remember when I came into my own personality like towards the end of before I left Hot 97, and I would go to clubs and I would DJ, but I would say funny shit on the mic
Nah, you had the crowd.
in a
laughing.
dance, like a club.
Yeah, I know.
And I remember I went in there once with L Bugs. L Bugs was hosting. And I walk in and L Bugs is like, yeah, we about to start the comedy show. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? Like I'm a joke? You know what I mean? But it was the first time somebody like filtered it and let me know. And he was like, nah, you always funny when you're in the, and I didn't realize it was a thing. That's where my comedy career came from. Like those moments of like saying, I remember I used to do this club on 23rd, what was that club on 22nd or 23rd and 6th? Oh man, what was it? Was remember it went through the whole block? There was you could go on into the 21st Street side or the 22nd Street side.
Oh, Le Poulet?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And they had good Spanish parties there.
Yeah, Le Poulet.
And so I walk in there, and that block was notorious for radios being stolen out of cars for some reason.
Is that
Like-
the same block where like Justin had?
Exactly.
Justin was?
Yes, that was the back entrance or something.
So like 20th Street, 19th Street,
Yeah.
on there.
And I called the cops, and the cops came, and they were like, I was like, hey, my radio was stolen. They were like, oh, 22nd Street? I was like, wait, what? Y'all know this is a thing? But I go on stage, and I'm like, yo, all my Latinos, Dominicans, Colombians. I said, nobody's allowed to leave while I'm here. I don't want nobody stealing my radio. And like the entire crowd starts laughing like a comedy show. And it's a stupid joke.
Right.
But L Boogs was like, yo, son, you gotta, I mean, that's where like,
Really?
but I don't know. What the fuck am I doing now?
Yeah.
Just a
God, I'm
fucking
stuck doing
degenerate,
this. Yeah.
degenerate
Disgrace.
disgrace.
That same club, I meet Shakira for the first time.
What, at that club?
That same club. It was a very big Spanish night on Sundays.
Yeah.
I did it, and I was a Pepsi DJ at the time, and Renee McLean and them would bring in Shakira to meet me.
Wow.
I have no idea who Shakira is. Okay, I'm so entrenched into hip hop, and I'm.
You mean you don't know what she looks like, or you didn't even know who she
I
was?
had nothing, no clue, nothing.
Wow.
And
No,
my wife-
not a
my-
shake your bonbon kind of guy.
And my wife laughs at me
Was that Ricky
because she's already a big, huge international star. She's just crossing over for the first time here in the States.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I meet the girl. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. I'm not even excited to meet her. Whatever. She's in my way. I'm trying to DJ.
Yeah.
And then I see a Pepsi commercial with her the next day. And I'm like, that's the girl from the fucking club. So then I call Renee. Yo, Renee, that was the girl from last night in the club. He goes, yeah, you dickhead. You were fucking rude to her, too. So I'm over here. And the reason why I'm bringing the story up is because that's my wife's favorite artist to this day.
Oh, really?
Favorite.
That's crazy.
Whenever she's in a bad mood, she's like, put Shakira on. Oh, shit.
Oh, that's right. I remember that because Shakira's the one that called Kanye and told him to stop fucking with you. Because of what you did to
That's why you're funny, Si.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was pretty solid.
So then, how did Threat die?
Motorcycle accident.
Oh, motorcycle accident.
Yeah, he was on a motorcycle going to the store to buy his mom a Mother's Day card. And the elder gentleman cut him off or something and died.
This turned into a reflection
Well,
episode.
here we go.
I hate this. I remember I used to. This taught me a lesson about life, because I used to get mad. I used to be jealous of Threat.
Why?
Because he was
He was you?
He was me in a way, but like it seemed like it's not true because I was getting a lot of stuff. But I always, that's when I used to look at other people and get jealous. He was getting more stuff than me. He was doing more clubs than me.
Yeah.
He was popping, and then he got killed and he died.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I had like bad feelings to him. I mean, we were always cool, of
course.
but like I don't know if it's like competition or whatever. And I remember when he died, I was like, oh no, like I had a negative feeling towards a person. He's no longer here, and I don't do that anymore, bro. I always think of like. I literally say this, and this is dark. I say, what if I'm about to beef with somebody? I go, what if that person dies tomorrow?
That's not dark. That's actually in my therapy through my all of my divorce. I was divorced. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I was. By the way, divorce is my little Kim thing. By the way. So let
it go, Rose.
Okay, so through my therapy, and that though, one thing that came along was praying for my therapist telling me to pray for the people that I had problems with.
Wait, are you in a religious therapist?
No, but he is a religious guy. So he's a Catholic.
Right.
He's a pretty religious Catholic guy. But we don't do like religious shit. But prayer is the thing that comes up. So like prayer as a tool for your health. Right. So he'll be like, literally, I was having a problem. I don't know, an industry problem. Yeah. Like it was like a work thing. It was like fucking Charlemagne or someone. I don't know who it was. And he was like, have you tried praying for him? And I was like,
pray for his downfall? Absolutely.
I was like, yeah, of course I do. You ever heard the song by Biggie? No, so, but I tried it. It actually is a very useful tool. So what you're doing is basically that.
Yeah.
You're thinking, instead of thinking about this beef, you're thinking about their humanity. Like, wait a second. Yeah. And the truth is, with most of the people that we don't fuck with, and that wasn't even someone you didn't fuck with. That was just someone you felt a little jealousy towards, which in the social media era is everywhere.
Oh my God.
Like I could feel it toward, there are people who I love and who are lower on the totem pole than me. And I still get jealous of them because of the way social media makes you feel. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's fucking wild. Cass 1, you met Cass when he was very young, right? How old was he?
He was just in college, or just coming into college. Him and L Boogs were like roommates or something, and they didn't really stand each other. They weren't really good friends or something like that. They kind of had beef at college a little bit.
Okay.
And then L Boogs first was kind of like my guy because he was trying to be on the radio. He was the hosting dude. That was his position. So it was good to have a guy like him around, so that way I could be lazy. If you
didn't feel like doing mic work for a night.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, come on, Boogs. Just crack the mic while I DJ.
Do you like that? Do you like having someone else do the talking?
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate talking. But that's because I'm from Brooklyn. You know, all the Harlem and Bronx guys talked all the time.
Well, guys like this too, like Cipha and Flex, these guys, these New York DJs who make like talking's half the thing.
Yeah.
Like you have to, it's a mix of music and fucking screaming at
Absolutely.
people. I feel you. And then Cass was what? He was your engineer?
No, so Cass just we started doing mixtapes together. My first CD mixtape was with Mr. Cipha Sounds.
Really?
Yes.
You guys did a tape together?
Yes, we did it. We did when DJ Strike.
Oh yeah.
but that was the first time we actually put it out on
a
CD.
CD. Yeah. Oh,
Everything
my God.
prior to that was cassette for
I
me.
know.
Wow.
Oh, you want to know how I really met Cass One?
How did you really meet Cass One?
Hot 97.
What do you mean? You met him again? Or that's where you physically met him?
No, that's where I physically
he was
met him.
interning.
You know, so no. He was L. Boogs' guy. He comes to the station. Okay, I'm doing the midnight run at this time. The midnight run was 12 to 4. We only had one stop set of commercials. Okay, so imagine me DJing 2-3 hours straight.
How could you smoke enough cigarettes during that time? That must have been really
That was
challenging.
the
You were going to the
thing.
bathroom.
You know,
you were
whatever.
going to the bathroom.
Maybe in the hallway, whatever it was. So I had to take a shit.
Okay.
All right, it's one of them nights.
Yep.
There was nobody's with me. I'm by myself. I look at Cass One. I say, Bugs. Yo, Bugs, your guy DJs, right? He says, yeah. Come here. I look at him. I say, bro, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to start the Wally rhythm or the Showtime rhythm, whatever it was. I said, please just play a couple of records. And I know he could do it because the reggae sets, he used to do it too.
And it's not that hard. You got to stay in the rhythm.
Stay on the rhythm. It's
Yeah,
real
yeah.
simple. He starts, he's literally letting every record play to the end, next record, to the end, next record. He's flipping it over now. And it's the album, the Showtime.
What kind of shit are you taking here?
Bro, I'm in there for a minute. But, so Cass is nervous. He's looking for me.
And that was when he started the big dog shit bowl.
Hold on. And this is the crazy part. Cass doesn't DJ like me, you, or Cipha. He DJs hamster style.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because he was taught
He DJs backwards.
by mistake.
What we call backwards.
Right,
Yeah.
hamster style. So imagine he's doing this on the air.
Right.
And he's not talking. He's just playing the rhythm. After I take a shit, I fall asleep on the couch.
No. What are you talking
Cass
about?
is
What's
looking
happening
for me.
here?
Cass is looking for me. He's looking for me. Like, where the fuck
You
is DJ?
walked to
now?
a couch.
I passed the DJ booth. He didn't even see me.
Yeah.
And then in the hallway where the windows are,
Yeah, in the back. Yep.
there used to be couches there.
Yep.
So I just sat down for 2 seconds because I guess whatever shit I took wore me out. So I was like, just for a few minutes. He has a few more records before whatever. But I fell asleep. It might have been 2-3 in the morning. I don't know. I fell asleep.
So he did like an hour?
He just kept going and kept going. And then they found me and they're like, there he goes. Then I woke up. I was like, he sounds good. Don't worry. You got it. And I just let him keep rocking.
And that was
That's
it.
crazy.
That's it. And now Cass One is your DJ.
That's crazy.
Every day.
And he Cass is a great DJ too. Another very clean.
Yeah. He's good. I love Cass because he rocks parties, but he's a nerd.
Oh my God. He's listening right now.
He gets it.
Cass, what up? He's listening.
Cass Uno. Te quiero. I love him. That's my guy.
Yeah, no, he's the best. And shout outs to our bosses at Hot. I walked in the other day and I saw Rashawn. He was walking in listening to this episode from last week.
That's dope.
And then our other boss, Brad, texted me yesterday and was like, yo, you and Cipha are so funny on One Ep. And he goes, man, I didn't know, all of Enuff's history. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, this is why we're doing it. Mm-hmm. So shouts to those
You got
guys.
one more Camilo question.
No, yeah, one of them said, tell us about the day Angie left.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, my
that was
God.
tough. Cypher was there too.
No,
No, we
was not
weren't.
there. That's
that
the
was
problem.
was the afterwards when you did your campaign.
No, I'll tell you my part real quick. I was at Radio City Music Hall doing a sound check because Dave Chappelle was going to do a couple shows.
You know Dave Chappelle?
Dave Chappelle. I used to DJ for
That's
Lil'
your
Kim.
guy, man.
So this is the first run he did Radio City. He did maybe like 5 shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing a sound check, and Laura Stiles calls me, and she goes like frantic, and she's leaving. She's quitting. She's going to Power.
She didn't say she was going to Power yet.
She told me.
She told you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
Because
who? Angie didn't say it.
I didn't say to nobody where she was going. She just said she was leaving.
Maybe I mixed it. Maybe whatever. She said Angie's leaving. Fucking. Then I turn on the radio. I was like, I need a radio. They gave me like a clock radio, and I turn on the radio and like everybody's there, people crying.
Yo, Mary J. Blige is there. Taraji P. Henson's there. It's like, it's nuts.
It was, guess where I was? At the fucking gym. Laura, I guess, hit me up and was like, told me what was going on. And I've said this before. In the moment, I was pissed because I'm so competitive. And when I knew Dom, I think, hit me on the side and was like, she's going to Power. And I hear they're having this tearful goodbye. And obviously, I love Ange to death. But in that moment, I was like, I'm not fucking going to a celebration of someone going to
mad,
Power.
right?
I was tight. How did you handle
It kind of hurt because, look, if you think about it, Angie was my A-lister. right? If I always felt like a B-lister, Angie was my connection to the A-listers. You know what I'm saying? She was tight with Jay. She was tight with Mary. She was tight with Taraji. She was tight with the actors, the actresses. That's the girl. She's the runaway girl who interviewed all the superstars and celebrities.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And she was my homegirl from the early days.
Yeah.
And always, she gave me my shot. She helped co-sign me with Tracy to come work at High.
For out-of-towners who don't know, by the way, so Angie did Afternoon Drive, and Enuff was her DJ. So like they were, they were a tandem on the station and a force for years together.
Yeah, everything that happened since then is trying to copy that magic of Angie and Enuff doing what was the show called? 5 o'clock.
Well, when Red did it, was the 5 o'clock free ride, and then when I took it back over, it was
Traffic Jam.
No, the Traffic Jam was the morning.
Oh yeah.
I just called it the Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour. Yeah, good names. Midnight Run, Rush Hour. You got good names.
I took them off a movie.
Yeah, you still off a movie?
Yeah, Midnight Run was
names.
Robert De Niro.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
Good names.
So it took you a little while to.
Yeah. Oh, so you were there?
Yeah, I was
literally
there.
because
I was there.
It was you. That was your time slot.
Yeah.
And were you just sort of like?
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was hurt. Like, what the fuck? Where you going?
Had she not? She hadn't given you the heads up before.
She couldn't.
No,
she couldn't.
She could. Yeah, when that kind of deal, you
Bro,
can't.
because the thing is, I got offered a job at Power 6 months or so before that. From remember G-Spin.
Yes.
Went from Boston, went to Power.
Yep, I remember.
Offered me a job, and I said no. I said I could never. I'd be so embarrassed.
Right.
Flex and Angie would look at me like a traitor, a sellout.
Right.
And then Angie was like, "I'm out. Bye." Peace, y'all. I was like, "What the?"
No,
what the fuck?
and on her way out the door, they threw roses at her feet.
Bro, my exit from Hot 97 was an email.
No, here, I'm gonna show it to you. It looks like this.
My exit from Hot 97 was.
Yo, be careful while you say, because my wife really thinks you got kicked out the building.
No,
she wasn't.
You know you wasn't kicked out the building.
No, I didn't get kicked out, but the email was unceremonious.
Yes.
It said Cipha Sounds is no longer affiliated with MS Broadcasting, something like that.
We wish him the best.
We wish him
the best in his
future endeavors. In wrestling,
that happens all the time.
In wrestling, that term, because that's the WWE statement.
Yeah.
It's used as a verb. People say he got future endeavors.
That's hilarious. So I get fucking, and I'm like, I cried. Like I gave this station 17 years, one way or another, blood, sweat, and tears, and they just fucking write me off. Where Angie fucking went to the competition, had a party, balloons, flowers, Ghostface was crying. It was crazy. And she's going to the competition. I was like, this is bullshit, man.
And you know what? Now you look back and you go, I get it. It was Angie. It was Angie. You had to do it.
I ain't mad at her no more.
No.
I was mad in the beginning just because.
Did you have an actual period where you guys weren't close?
She got that bag,
No,
man.
no.
So you never had a period where you were actually mad?
I mean, I was a little mad, upset, but that's my girl. We
Right.
had so much history with each other. How could I really be mad at her?
Do you guys think that I'm a
bag?
Do you guys think that I'm a loser?
Yes.
That I still I look at everything from a sports standpoint. And to me,
Brother, I'm Derek Jeter now.
exactly, you are Derek Jeter.
100%.
And I believe
I'm the captain, and I'm the guy who's been there the longest now, besides Flex.
Oh, that's right. And by the way, I believe that before it's all said and done, when Angie truly retires, I believe her last mic time should be on Hot. Like I still feel that way.
Wow.
I don't know if it would ever happen. When
It's definitely not going to happen, Rosenberg.
It's not going to happen?
I don't think so.
Because they wouldn't have enough money.
You never know, bro. Who thought back then? Who thought she would go to Power? So we don't know what's going to happen.
And here, I'll make up a scenario. Her podcast, which is obviously doing amazing, which I make fun of because when she announced she was doing it, she was like, "I'm so flattered. I started my podcast and everyone likes it so much." And like out of the gate, the heaviest hitter guests of all time. I'm like, Angie, stop. Of course it's the biggest. So what Angie, so let's say her podcast continues to blow up.
Right.
It ends up being huge.
Right.
She's making bags doing the podcast.
Right.
I could see a world in which the radio part becomes less important to her.
Right.
And it would be like, hey, I'm just going to go do it to do it. You know what I mean? Because certainly if it was for a bag, we may not be the place to come to. You know what I'm saying?
for the bag, no.
Not for the bag.
Yeah,
it's
but
never been
even
for
if
the
it
bag.
wasn't for the bag, if you listen to a lot of the conversations that she's had,
Oh, really?
the buildings change.
Yeah, of
Things
course.
have changed. You know, it's not.
And what has?
And it has.
Yeah, but Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records now.
Yeah. It's,
You don't know what's gonna happen, bro.
You never know.
you never know.
Never know. She
Because
might buy hot. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Snoop Dogg owns Death Row. Wow, who thought that was gonna happen?
hold on. That came after he was president of Def Jam.
Exactly.
So
he
remember
quit
that.
his
I
Def
remember
Jam job
to buy Death Row. So yeah, you just don't know because like in some ways it is.
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, it is different, but it's different in good ways and in bad ways. You know what I mean? So I mean, in bad ways and in good ways, I should say.
Right.
And there's some similarities that are still there. What's really crazy is that I'm now one of the most tenured people there.
You are.
Time has.
You're at the year when I left, right? How long you been
I
there?
think I may have passed you already. I got here in 07 and it's 23. I've been there
do math.
16 years.
Oh, I was there 17.
Oh, I'm catching up. So next year's my year. My Cipha is. I better watch out. That's the year I better watch out. I know. E, we can't thank you enough, man, for doing this. And I still feel like we didn't get it all because I know you have so many more stories, but we really appreciate you giving us 3 hours of your time, man.
It's all good. Juan Ep for life.
I hope that
Juan Ep is life.
Juan Ep is life. I feel
Bro, you know, when we came back, we called it Juan Ep is dead. And literally every week a rapper was dying.
Oh man.
And we got to change the name of the show.
Yeah.
100%.
we can't have it.
Like
be
when we first came back during the pandemic, we're like, yo, let's Juan Ep is dead tribute to
De La.
De La.
Soul.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I know.
But
Yeah.
the old Juan Ep is dead is the new. And like we will every week we're like Black Rob's died, DMX died. And we were like, we got so much death.
But by the way, before we leave, Doo-Wop just texted me randomly. He wrote, so, LOL, I'm currently watching the Enuff episode, which, by the way, is dope as shit. He said, I feel dizzy trying to keep up with his age timeline. According to him, he was 12 in 1987. And then boom, like magic in 91, he's in his early 20s. And then he wrote, so dope, bro, honored.
Yo, well, I want to. How come he didn't text me?
Yo, Doo-Wop got a lot of mention in that damn.
And this one, too. It's today, too.
Doo-Wop.
It's probably been a Doo-Wop tribute,
Yo,
man.
Doo-Wop, text me.
I don't think he knows you did these for little kids.
Yeah, but find out. You should tell him that. You should tell him. Enuff, thank you, man.
No problem.
We appreciate
Thank
you
you
so
for having
much.
me, guys.
The great DJ Enuff. And to all of our patrons, we appreciate you. Make sure if you're listening to this, you subscribe to the YouTube because you can watch this entire episode in crispy HD. Well, at least crispier than last week where I was blurry for 30
Or
minutes.
never watch it. Just do us a favor. If you love us that much, press subscribe on your fucking bootleg generic email.
Yeah.
Just so we can get some fucking love.
That's exactly right.
That's it.
Thank you. Thanks, E.
I subscribed.
You did?
Yes, sir.
See, wait, to the podcast or the YouTube?
YouTube.
My man.
Yeah.
DJ Enuff. Thank you, man.
I didn't pay for it, but it's all good. I'm cheap.